Hey everyone, and thanks for checking out this video. Today we're in Chicago along the Calumet River. That's the Algoma Innovator you're looking at. We're going to check it out and watch as it unloads its cargo at Compass Minerals. We lucked out and we'll also check out the Patagonman and the Fuldaborg and see how these ships unload their cargo. Well, back to the Algoma Innovator. Shipwatcher News says it was the first Equinox River-class ship constructed for the Algoma Central Corporation. The Croatian-built 650-foot or 198-meter self-unloading vessel constructed in 2017 is the sister ship of the Algoma Intrepid, which was completed a year later. The self-unloader features a forward-mounted self-unloading system that makes it easier to reach certain docks with its 266-foot or 81-meter deck-mounted boom. Lastly, these Equinox-class ships are much more efficient than their older counterparts. The ship carries stone, grain, and salt on the Great Lakes and the Seaway system. It arrived here after stopping in Milwaukee. Looking into the cargo hold, that looks like salt to me. What do you think? Here we see where the product enters the storage dome. If you look close, you can see the cargo is being fed into a funnel-like system to keep it from blowing all over the place and to make sure the product reaches its target. Here's a closer look at it. You can also see the conveyor belt on the boom is covered to prevent any cargo being blown away. Here we see the aft of the ship where the pilot house is. 3 cargo holds are open, their lids stacked in the lower right corner of your screen. Here's a close-up look at the bridge. I wonder if those windows are tinted, or if the crew just draws down the shades to reduce the sunlight and the heat. The top-down view shows this activity in the cargo hold. Looks like there's a small backhoe in there to keep the product flowing onto the self-unloader conveyor belt. This ship actually has 2 belts for the unloader. You can see one of the feeders for the port side. There's another one just out of sight on the starboard side. One of the reasons I think this is salt is because it's clumping together. I doubt stone would do that. One question I do have is how this little machine gets in there. Is it lowered in by a crane, or does it just have a little spot it's stored in until it's needed? Back to the dome. Here we can see the product flowing out the bottom of the chute. There's a front end loader coming in and taking the salt to another loader to fill up semi-trucks. You can see that little structure it dumps the salt into. It then heads back to the dome for another load. So this must be a pretty interesting job. I did see this worker up here before. Wonder if they have to keep an active eye on the unloading process, or once it's set up, it's good to go. Here's a wide view to show you the whole setup. This is looking north-northwest at downtown Chicago. It's about 12 miles away. We'll finish up with a sweeping look at the Innovator. Out of curiosity, is that a rescue boat we're looking at, or is it something else? Well, let's head to the other facility and see what's going on. I'm not sure I'm using this term correctly, but I believe both these ships are stevedoring, or unloading their cargo. Google Maps says this is the North America Stevedoring Company, but a search shows it to be a supply chain company called QSL. Whatever it is, a variety of goods are stored here. The Patagonman arrived in Calumet Harbor from Port Weller, Canada. This was my first time seeing a ship with onboard cranes operating. It was pretty cool. As we fly by, we can see the last crane picking up a load to drop off on shore. Does anyone know where the crane operator is? I don't see anyone anywhere, so I'm curious if there's just someone with a remote control pack somewhere. Here we get a look at the mooring lines. It looks like they're heading off in different directions to secure the ship to the dock. Here we see the rigging for the unloading. Looks like some welded steel and chains. We'll watch as another load of cargo is hoisted out of the belly of the ship. Those crew members work to secure each of the straps to the cargo. As it's hoisted out, we can see it says Elam Timber. That's a worldwide timber company based in Switzerland. A wider view shows the front end loader carrying each individual lumber pack away. After a quick battery change, we're heading back to the dock. What a beautiful view of Lake Michigan. We can see the Fuldaborg. A smaller ship does not have the self-unloading capabilities of the Patagonman, so a crane must be brought in to unload it. In the distance, we can see the Whiting, Indiana BP refinery in the center, and a little to the left is the Cleveland Cliffs, Indiana Harbor facility. We'll check that facility out at some point. Here we see the aft of the Fuldaborg and its emergency lifeboat. This time we can see the crane operator, but there's no way he can see in that boat. Is there someone calling signals to him through a radio or something, or is somebody giving him hand signals? This is another manufacturing product, but this time it's steel from SSAB. It looks to be coils and heavy steel plates. Looks like we have some proud crew members taking a picture to celebrate a successful delivery. As our trip comes to a close, here's a little bit of a closer look at the BP refinery. I did catch the Ewing Avenue Bridge being raised 2 times. First up, we see the bridge raising to allow a small boat through. Well, maybe it isn't just for that small boat. A tug and loaded barge is right behind it. The second time I caught it from start to finish. I'm guessing the sailboat caused the bridge to enter on a specific radio frequency and asked for the bridge to be raised. Well, that does it. I really hope you enjoyed this quick video. I find these ships and their unloading process fascinating. I've got a video from Gary Harbor and the steel mill there coming out, as well as a rail yard tour of DeButt's Yard in Chattanooga I'm also working on. Until our next trip, I hope you have a great day.